Today I'll give you a snapshot in time of Southeast Florida during the month of July 2025. I'll cover some popular places to visit, local weather trends over the past month, and even a little bit of local history. Welcome to Sunshine with John, where I shine a light on some very special people, places, and things in this world. Now, even though these videos are mostly about specific counties and cities, I always like to kick things off with some background information. It helps connect the dots, the places, the people, and the stories behind them. So before we dive into the local flavor, let's take a step back and check out something iconic, the Florida state flag. Ever wonder what the current design means or what it represents? The centerpiece features a Seminole woman who represents the state's Native American heritage. She's scattering orange blossoms on the ground, which is the state flower. The name Florida reflects the abundance of flowers, and a steamboat sailing on the horizon signifies the oceanic commerce and importance of Florida's waterways. Sable palm trees are seen all over the image, and is now the state tree of Florida. Around the seal are the words, "Great Seal of the State of Florida, in God we trust." The red crisscross stripes were inspired by the Cross of Burgundy, which was used by Spain when Florida was a Spanish colony. What's the weather like? So this video is covering the month of July, so we're going to look at the average temperatures and rainfall for the area being covered, which is Southeast Florida. We'll also take some samples from webcams around town that were live at the time of this recording. And despite being summer in the Sunshine State, we are already 1 month into Florida's wet season. This month brought typical early summer conditions, hot, humid days with frequent afternoon thunderstorms. I had many pickleball games rained out this month, but hopefully August will be better. If you love going on cruises, you may want to consider avoiding the months of June through about October, departing from South Florida, due to the frequent storms and possibly even hurricanes in the Atlantic. Now, this is a snapshot from the local news channel of a week from the 19th through the 26th. You can see it was mostly in the 90s, the temperature highs, late showers. I could tell you the week before this had even more rain than this week. And I took this snippet of radar, again from the local news station, just to give you an idea of kind of where the storms come from. I think I took this clip on the 15th or the 16th of July, and you can see how the cells kind of originate up off Grand Bahama Island near Freeport. Sometimes down south, the southeast side, the Bahamas as well. You'll see cells form, and depending on where the wind's blowing, sometimes it blows up right into Miami, right into Palm Beach. Sometimes it comes from the west side over by Tampa. Now let's take a look at some real-time beach cams in the area to see what's going on out there today. I'll be showing you shots from as far north as Jupiter all the way down to Key West, with some interesting places in between. Jupiter Inlet is home to one of the oldest still functioning lighthouses in Florida, the Jupiter Inlet Lighthouse, which has been guiding ships since 1860. The waters around the inlet are known for their exceptional clarity, often allowing snorkelers and divers to see up to 60 feet underwater. The Deerfield Beach International Fishing Pier stretches 976 feet into the Atlantic and is known for its international visitors, not just tourists, but record-setting sport fishers who come in to reel everything from tarpon to kingfish. It's also a hub for underwater camera testing due to its clear, accessible waters. Known as the yachting capital of the world, Fort Lauderdale has more than 300 miles of navigatable waterways and hosts the largest international boat show annually. The marina area is a major filming location and has appeared in numerous TV shows and movies due to its luxurious backdrop. Brickell Key in Miami is a man-made island created in the early 20th century from dredged material. Despite being in the heart of bustling Miami, the island maintains a peaceful vibe with its 1.1-mile walking loop, offering rare views where skyline meets bay, perfect for sunrise yoga or dolphin watching. And I'll show you where Brickell Key is located in relation to downtown Miami, because it's a very congested area. It has a lot of tiny little key islands. So here's Star Island. There's South Beach up in this area, South Beach. And here's Brickell Key, where that webcam was looking from. Camera was up here in this area and right there, and looking across the channel there in the bridge. And finally, the southernmost point marker in Key West is only 90 miles from Cuba, but it's not actually the true southernmost point. That's on Ballast Key. It's a private island. Still, the iconic buoy-shaped monument is one of the most photographed landmarks in the United States. Now, aside from the beaches, there's also traffic cameras that we can check out that are typically more inland, and they also give us a little hint into what the weather's like around town. I realize this segment is pre-recorded, and you won't be able to benefit from any traffic or weather updates at the moment, but I still want to share these because I plan to use the same type of traffic camera segment when I cover other states and cities, and I'm interested to see what those other places look like. Now I'm going to show you the location of these cameras to give you an idea where they're located around the area. I'm using the FL511 website to source these cameras, and it's a really cool site because it has all kinds of different overlay filters you can monitor. So if we go to the website, fl511.com, you'll notice the selection list on the right-hand side of the page. And today I'm just going to be using the traffic cameras streaming video filter. And now you can see all the cameras light up. And they pretty much just follow the highways, which in this case are 95 and the Florida Turnpike. And I do have another street level camera site I'll show you as well, but I want to get sort of a pulse on the highway traffic versus the city street traffic. Sometimes if the highway is shut down, the street traffic gets really congested, and this will kind of give you an idea of where that overflow traffic is going in that area if it happens. And you'll notice the dates on this video might range a few weeks apart from other segments. That's because these videos take some time to record and edit, and I can't always stay on the schedule I hope for. I do wash the shirt in between videos, but today the laundry schedule was impacted, and therefore I'm wearing a similarly red-colored shirt as the previous segments. Please remind me not to go to Target wearing red today. I used to always go by accident wearing red, and people would ask me if I worked there, and we would always laugh, and I'd say, no, sorry. But then after years of going to Target and learning where everything was, I'm now proud to say that if anyone approaches me for help finding an item, I'm always able to point them in the right direction. Anyway, this particular camera segment was recorded on July 27th, 2025, which is a Sunday, so I don't expect much activity on the roads today. But with South Florida, just never know. So the first camera we're looking at, let's look. It's going to be located at the intersection of West Indiantown Road and the Turnpike ramp. Now the quality, not always that great with these, but let's see if we can see what it looks like. That's pretty bad, but I can see movement. Those are vehicles. Those are not insects or ants. There's a swamp here. We're unable to identify any alligators or wildlife, but that gives you an idea of the horizon, what it looks like, and beautiful pixelation today. All right. And this camera is located directly east of the one we were just looking at. This is the website we're going to be accessing that camera from. This is the Palm Beach County Information System Services street camera, live traffic camera site. I'll put the link in the description for this one because this has a lot of cameras around Palm Beach County. So the one that we're going to be looking at, we looked at Indiantown and Turnpike, and so here's Indiantown. Actually, they have their own Indiantown Turnpike camera as well. This one looks better. Maybe I'll use this one next time. So these cameras, you could tell the other one we looked at was sort of to the left, facing across the little swamp here. So you can get a different perspective on that. But this camera is US 1, which is all the way east of the swamp camera. So that's pretty cool. Nothing going on. Looks kind of typical Sunday. All right, this is Milo making his debut on Sunshine with John. Hey, buddy. He's in shock. He's in shock at the Miami traffic we're gonna look at. Let me get set here. All right. Thanks, Milo. So now we're going to look at a Miami camera. 2 cameras. And again, we're using Florida 511 for this one. Now, South Beach, I'm just going to use some landmarks people might know. This is South Beach, this island here on the right. So this camera, the perspective of this camera will have its back. If your back was to South Beach facing inland, this is what you'd see. Here's the cruise ship ports. I think that's a cruise ship. I can't tell if that's a building or a cruise ship. Some of them are as tall as the buildings. So if you go towards us, towards this camera, South Beach is to your back, Collins Avenue. Let's check this one. This is on the causeway. If you were coming from downtown Miami, going over the bridge, but again, it's facing, I think they're all facing inland, the cruise ports, yeah. So this one's just a little bit to the left of the one we just looked at, I think. But it looks like a nice day in Miami. Let's check this one out. Southwest. So this one, again, facing inland. A lot of people going over the island today. All right, now let's see what type of local wildlife besides human beings lives in this area. I'm going to list a few places, and then I'll introduce you to some of the more unique local animals that live there. Jonathan Dickinson State Park is a natural gem that offers a unique blend of diverse ecosystems, from lush pine forests and mangroves to coastal wetlands and river habitats. Spanning over 11,500 acres, the park is named after Jonathan Dickinson, not me, an early settler who wrote a detailed account of his journey through the area in the 18th century. The American alligator is frequently seen at this park, so please be careful when kayaking or fishing close to the water's edge. There's also a historic homestead built by Trapper Nelson in the 1940s that includes historical references to noting alligator pits on site. Manatee Lagoon in West Palm Beach, Florida is a beautiful 16,000-foot educational facility on a 5-acre waterfront campus overlooking the Lake Worth Lagoon. During cooler months, visitors flock to the observation decks beside the adjacent FP&L power plant to see Florida manatees gathering in the fresh, warm water being produced after it has flowed through the power plant's cooling systems. The West Indian manatee typically weighs between 800 and 1,200 pounds and reaches lengths of up to 13 feet. Although most of the video footage tends to show them floating and slowly moving, I can tell you from first-hand experience they can be very fast when they want to. Their giant tail is able to propel them forward at speed bursts up to 20 miles an hour, which is pretty fast for a 1,000-pound animal known as the sea cow. Their estimated population as of 2025 is 10,000, and their species is considered to be threatened, so please take care of these gentle giants if you see them. Although this might be a bit out of scope for the geographic area being covered in this video, I wanted to mention this place because the Florida panther is such a big part of Florida's wildlife history. The Florida Panther National Wildlife Refuge, located in southwestern Florida, was established in 1989 to protect the endangered Florida panther, one of the most elusive and rare big cats in North America. Covering approximately 26,000 acres, the refuge provides a critical habitat of cypress swamps, pine flatwoods, and hardwood hammocks essential for the survival of the panther. While much of the refuge is closed to the public to protect the sensitive environments, a portion is open for hiking and wildlife observation. The refuge plays a vital role in ongoing conservation efforts, ensuring the Florida panther population has a chance to recover and thrive. The current estimated Florida panther population is just over 200, which seems scary, but look at these charts going back to the 1950s. In 1950, we had about 500 Florida panthers, but then farmers began complaining about the big cats attacking and killing their cattle, so they opened hunting season on the Florida panther. After this hunting era was finished, there was only about 20 Florida panthers left. The Florida panther almost went into extinction. The population remained hovering around 20 to 30 panthers from about 1960 all the way to the late 90s, when their population finally started to grow again. But even with the positive growth, the main cause of death for these animals has now become vehicle-related car accidents. So please be careful and keep an eye out when you're driving through the Everglades. And interestingly, I also learned during the research for this video that there's a wild monkey colony that lives around the Fort Lauderdale airport. These are descendants of the vervet monkeys that escaped from a research facility in the 1940s. Hey John, where should we go eat? Now I'm going to dive into the top local places that both TripAdvisor and Yelp say you absolutely can't miss. Whether you're a local looking to try something new or a visitor planning your next adventure, these spots have been tried, tested, and loved by thousands of people just like you. From mouthwatering restaurants and trendy coffee shops to unique attractions and hidden gems, I've rounded up a few of the best to help you make the most of your time here. We'll share what makes each place special and what you should try while you're there. Let's jump in and see what makes these local favorites so highly rated. The first place I have for you today is a Jupiter gem tucked away in a modest shopping center off US Highway 1. Little Moore's Food Shack is a beloved local treasure in Jupiter, Florida, with a menu that changes daily based on the freshest catches. This laid-back seafood spot delivers bold flavors and inventive dishes like sweet potato crusted fish, Korean barbecue bowls, and panko fried oysters. The atmosphere is casual yet vibrant, and the food is consistently earning rave reviews for its quality and creativity. Whether you're a local or just passing through, this shack is a must-visit for anyone craving unforgettable seafood with a Floridian twist. Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap, West Palm Beach, is a lively Southern-inspired restaurant located on Clematis Street, offering comfort food classics. Known for its scratch-made dishes and garden-to-glass cocktails, this spot features favorites like chicken and waffles and Carolina smoked brisket sandwiches. With an extensive whiskey list, rotating craft beers, and a vibrant brunch scene on the weekends, it's a go-to destination for casual dining with Southern charm. Dada in Delray Beach is a beloved local gem housed in a historic 1920s home, offering an eclectic dining experience with a whimsical twist. Known for its artistic ambience, tree-lined patio, and live music, Dada serves up inventive American cuisine like bacon-wrapped dates, miso-marinated steak, and vegan flatbreads. The restaurant blends bohemian charm with culinary creativity, making it a standout spot for both romantic evenings and lively gatherings. Seasons 52 in Boca Raton is a stylish fresh grill and wine bar that celebrates seasonal ingredients and health-conscious dining. Located on Northwest Executive Center Drive, this upscale yet casual spot features oak-fire grilled brick oven roasted dishes. No fryer in sight. Guests rave about the cedar plank roasted salmon, rotisserie chicken, and many indulgent desserts served in shot glasses. With an extensive wine list and a cozy ambience, it's perfect for everything from weekday lunches to special occasions. Coconuts in Fort Lauderdale is a laid-back waterfront restaurant offering fresh seafood and vibrant coastal vibes right on the Intracoastal. With uninterrupted views of passing yachts and sunsets, it's a favorite for locals and visitors alike. The menu features standout dishes like lobster rolls, coconut shrimp, and their famous Scoobies, garlic crab claws, all served in a breezy, dog-friendly setting. Whether you arrive by car or boat, Coconuts delivers an upscale dining experience in a relaxed, beachy atmosphere. Hey John, what's there to do around here? I'm so glad you asked. Besides critiquing my wardrobe change and constant camera angle change, if you're looking to add some excitement to your week, here's a quick roundup of local event venues that you do not want to miss. And obviously, you could use Ticketmaster or Eventbrite or even meetup groups to find these places, but these are just the ones that I've rounded up, starting from the north side, Jupiter, running all the way down south through Key Largo. The Jupiter Inlet Lighthouse and Museum, operated by the nonprofit Loxahatchee River Historical Society, stands as both a vibrant beacon of 19th century maritime history and a gateway to over 5,000 years of regional heritage. Visitors can climb the iconic 1860 brick lighthouse, once designed by Lieutenant George G. Meade and still adorned with an active first-order Fresnel lens, and enjoy panoramic views of Florida's coast. The museum, housed in a restored World War II naval housing building, showcases interactive exhibits like 5,000 Years on the Loxahatchee, the Tyndall Pioneer Homestead, Keeper's Workshop, and a Seminole Chickie, offering immersive glimpses into Native American, pioneer, and maritime life. Nestled within the 120-acre Jupiter Inlet Lighthouse outstanding natural area, the site also features scenic native plant pathways, a nature trail through varied coastal habitats, and opportunities to spot wildlife and historic cultural traces. Peanut Island is a vibrant 80-acre park nestled in the Intracoastal Waterway at the mouth of Lake Worth Inlet near Riviera Beach, Florida. Originally constructed in 1918 as part of dredging for the inlet and Port of Palm Beach, it earned the name Peanut Island from a failed peanut oil shipping venture. Today, it's a laid-back haven offering snorkeling, kayaking, paddleboarding, camping, picnicking, and a scenic 1.25-mile walking trail. The crystal-clear turquoise waters teem with marine life, from parrotfish and angelfish to manatees around a man-made reef and a protected snorkeling lagoon. Paddle crafters often launch from Riviera Beach Marina, or visitors can hop on a water taxi that runs regularly. While the island once housed a secret Cold War-era fallout shelter built for President Kennedy, that bunker is currently closed to the public. Peanut Island is a peaceful, nature-rich escape just a short boat ride away, perfect for snorkeling, paddling, camping, or a relaxed beach day with a dash of local history. Let me know if you'd like tips on how to get there, kayak rentals, or planning a kayaking, snorkeling trip. Arthur R. Marshall Loxahatchee National Wildlife Refuge, located just west of Boynton Beach in Palm Beach County, spans roughly 145,000 acres of northern Everglades habitat, making it one of the largest urban wildlife refuges in the U.S. Established in 1951 and named in 1986 after the conservationist Arthur R. Marshall, the refuge conserves a mosaic of wet prairies, sloughs, sawgrass ridges, tree islands, cattail marshes, and a 400-acre cypress swamp, the largest intact cypress habitat remaining in the eastern Everglades. It's a wildlife haven supporting over 250 bird species, along with numerous amphibians, reptiles, mammals, and butterflies, offering visitors wildlife viewing, guided tours, hiking, biking, paddling, birding, and access to an accessible cypress boardwalk. In short, the Loxahatchee Refuge offers a peaceful and immersive Everglades experience just beyond the city's edge, bridging urban life with vibrant wetland ecosystems and rich biodiversity. John Pennekamp Coral Reef State Park, nestled off Key Largo, holds the distinction of being the first underwater park in the United States. Established in 1963 to protect the only living coral reef formations in the continental U.S. Encompassing about 70 nautical square miles of vibrant reef, seagrass beds, and mangrove swamps, the park invites visitors to explore its teeming marine life via snorkeling, scuba diving, and glass-bottom boat tours. A popular underwater landmark is the Christ of the Abyss, a 9-foot bronze statue of Jesus standing some 25 feet below the water, a striking sight for snorkelers and divers alike. On land, guests can enjoy nature trails winding through the tropical hammocks and mangrove forests, a visitor center with 30,000-gallon seawater aquarium, and camping, kayaking, and picnicking facilities, all offering a rich blend of adventure, education, and shoreline relaxation. Now, as the sunshine begins to set on South Florida, the moon rises and provides a different type of light. So let's explore the darker secrets this area holds when the sunshine disappears. Constructed in 1905 by workers from Henry Flagler's hotel projects using leftover materials, the building began life as the gatekeeper's cottage beside Woodlawn Cemetery, doubling as a funeral parlor. According to legend, Joseph was a former keeper of the house. He faced difficult times, fell into depression, and sadly passed away in the attic. His presence is said to linger, particularly in the attic, where he's known to target men. Visitors and staff have reported hair pulling, thrown objects, and an unsettling atmosphere in the rafters. I personally took a tour of this house, and while I can confirm the strange presence felt, nothing happened while I was there. The Lake Worth muck monster is a mysterious creature said to inhabit the waters of Lake Worth Lagoon in Florida. First spotted in 2006, the creature gained local fame after divers reported strange underwater movements and murky disturbances. Described as a large, dark, shadowy figure gliding silently beneath the surface, the muck monster has become a local legend. Though no concrete evidence has confirmed its existence, curious residents and visitors continue to scan the waters for signs. Whether it's a misunderstood manatee, an undiscovered species, or just local folklore, the muck monster remains one of the most intriguing aquatic mysteries in South Florida. Originally built in London in 1864, the Blue Anchor pub boasted a distinctive Tudor-style facade and richly detailed woodwork. When its original site was slated for redevelopment, those historic elements were carefully dismantled, packed up, and shipped to New York, where they sat in storage for years. In 1996, the pub was resurrected in Delray Beach, Florida, reassembled exactly as it once stood in London, including its ornate facade and interior wood features. Today it stands on Atlantic Avenue as a charming slice of Victoria-era Britain transported across the pond. But the interesting story and decor is not all the pub holds within. As the story goes, back in London in the early 1900s, a woman named Bertha Starkey was murdered by her husband. Patrons report her presence through footsteps, wails, rattling pots, and flickering candles. Supernatural occurrences peak around 10 p.m., the time of her death, prompting staff to ring the ship's bell nightly to calm her. Mysterious objects move and lights behave oddly. The pub remains as cozy as it is uncanny, where ale flows and spirits linger. I can personally vouch for the spooky vibes at this place. Opened in 1926 and at 315 feet tall, it briefly ranked as Florida's tallest hotel, its mammoth pool and society galas drawing headlines. World War II repurposed the resort as an Army Air Forces hospital. Afterward, it served veterans and the University of Miami's early medical program until 1968, when the building fell silent and sat abandoned. In the 1980s, meticulous restoration returned the Biltmore to grandeur, and it reopened to guests in 1987, later earning National Historic Landmark status in 1996. Haunted lore endures, centered on the Thomas "Fatty" Walsh, a Prohibition-era mobster shot dead here in 1929. Staff and visitors still whisper about the elevator stopping on the 13th floor, phantom footsteps along the mezzanine, and doors that open for no one. Contractors during renovations reported cold spots, flickering lights, and tools moving as if guided by unseen hands. Today, the Biltmore remains a living museum of jazz-age ambition and a favorite stop for ghost hunters, where history lingers in the corridors and, some say, refuse to rest, especially after midnight on humid nights. Robert the Doll, housed at Fort East Martello Museum in Key West, Florida, is infamous as one of the most haunted dolls in the world. Crafted in the early 1900s by Robert Eugene Otto, the doll was reportedly cursed by a Bahamian servant who practiced black magic. Over decades, visitors have claimed that Robert moves on his own, changing expressions or shifting positions when no one's looking. Countless ghostly incidents are attributed to him. Museum staff reported hearing eerie giggles echoing through empty halls, lights flickering, and objects inexplicably falling from shelves near his display. Some swear they've seen the doll's eyes follow them across the room, or his head turn when the museum is dark and silent. Legend holds that Robert can communicate, either by tapping on walls or knocking objects over. Robert the Doll remains a magnet for thrill seekers and paranormal investigators, a chilling embodiment of Key West's haunted history, where curiosity and fear intertwine, and where the spirit of a mischievous, possibly vengeful child lingers eternally. I've met Robert the Doll in Key West, and he is very scary. I hope you enjoyed this spooky segment of South Florida's haunted history, and keep your eyes open for paranormal activity if you dare to visit these locations. And with that, the sun once again rises and sunshine is back, and I look forward to another day of fun in the sun in other locations around this beautiful world. Thanks for watching. See you next time.